Very dramatic.
Yeah.
Technology has once again helped us, and we are on YouTube, and we are rolling. Okay, wonderful. Woo, Shabbat Shalom, everybody. My goodness. Shabbat Shalom. What a day.
Shalom.
Yeah, I just want to just take a breath, honestly, and just reflect just for a second on how wonderful today was. We were out there visiting people, dropping off Shabbat bags. We had so many volunteers, so many helpers, racing around the community. We did our best to try to get everybody. We haven't gotten everyone just yet. We still have some left over for tomorrow's scheduled visits. So don't worry, we didn't forget you. We have still have more to come.
It was a
Uh,
lovely surprise.
it was really very nice, very well received, and I
It
just
was a lovely
again
surprise, and I knew you were going to be doing it, and it was still a lovely surprise.
still don't think surprised. I think
Yeah.
it just showed me again how there are so many different ways to connect during this time, and how
Mhm.
while we all really desire, for us to return to normal, there are still some things that we can do that I think fill our hearts with joy and with appreciation. And today was like one of those moments where you can say, "Look, we're Jewish, not because of the building. That's where we gather, but our congregation is everywhere, and our community is everywhere, and we can bring that throughout." Clearwater and Palm Harbor and Oldsmar and Dunedin and Safety Harbor and just further all around the county, and actually past the county. We were crossing county lines today too, to bring some Shabbat spirit. And so I just really want to thank everyone, and really how much I appreciate everyone's efforts. Today was really a wonderful day. I honestly was thinking today how this is actually one of my favorite things I think I've ever done in the rabbinate was today. I think this was really
Nice.
special and a lot of fun, and just again, just feeling that joy and that energy was to me just really refreshing and reinvigorating, which is really what Shabbat is about. Shabbat, we are supposed to rest and recuperate, and there's one of our favorite prayers that we do, Vishamru. The last line of the prayer says, and God consecrated, the seventh day, and then God Vayinafash, and the translation of Vayinafash is often God was refreshed. Is the translation we usually get from Vishamru. But Vayinafash, if you listen to that word, it has the word nefesh in it, and nefesh is the Hebrew word for soul. And so it's the actual translation was God was resouled, God was reinvigorated, and that's what Shabbat really is about. It's about getting that second soul, that neshama yetera, that second soul that we're supposed to get during Shabbat, to add to our joy and to our celebration. And today I really felt that second soul. So I feel refreshed, I feel reinvigorated, I feel just so blessed and so happy to be with you all this evening. And now let's join together, putting those thoughts into words, into song. Hine Matov, how good and how pleasant it is for us to be together on this day. And so I'm going to share my screen, and away we'll go.
הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד.
Let's move to Lechu Neranana. Let us sing out a song to God.
Lechu neranana, lai 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 lai, la let us sing out to God, the maker of all, sure and strong. Let all of creation, from mountain to sea, hear our song. Lechun eranena, yai lai 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 la Adonai, yai lai 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 Naria, yai lai lai Litzur Yishenu, yai lai lai for all of the wonders, for all of God's light, we rejoice. So now let us listen with all of our hearts to hear God's voice. Lechun eranena, yai lai la Adonai, yai lai Naria, yai lai Litzur Yishenu, yai lai yai lai yai lai.
Continue with the candle lighting. Another week of work is ended. Again, Shabbat brings welcome peace. We pause from our labors to let Shabbat give another dimension to our lives. These Sabbath candles are symbols of the holiness we seek. Their brightness dispels gloom and lights a path to faith and hope. Their glow reminds us of the sacred bonds that link us to our people over space and time. Their radiance summons us to fulfill our people's mission, to cast the light of freedom, justice, and peace upon all the world. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshan mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu le'adlik ner shel Shabbat.
Now, as we've lit our Shabbat candles, we can now join together for Kiddush. Sandy, you want to lead Kiddush for us?
Sure. The seventh day is consecrated to the eternal our God. With wine, our symbol of joy, we celebrate this day and its holiness. We give thanks for all our blessings, for life and health, for work and rest, for home and love and friendship. On Shabbat, eternal sign of creation, we remember that we are created in the divine image. We therefore raise the cup in thanksgiving.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu. V'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon inchilanu zikaron lemaseh v'reshit כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר לציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. אמן.
Chaim.
לחיים.
That's good. Nice Merlot. Delicious. Okay. A kosher Merlot.
Oh, wow.
Wonderful. I wanted to mention, as I did last week, you should see in your Zoom panel, there's 3 dots usually. And if you look at that, you'll see a chat function. And you can use that to say Shabbat Shalom to each other if you would like during the service, and to wish everyone a good Shabbos. You know, it's a very nice thing as we all here are celebrating Shabbat together. So I sent a little message to get it started. If you guys want to Shabbat Shalom each other, that would be wonderful.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Let's join together now as we welcome the Sabbath bride with the singing of Lecha Dodi.
Lecha dodi likrat kala, yalalai, 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 bnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, yalalai, 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 bnei Shabbat excuse me, nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, ishmianu el hamyuchad. Adonai echad u'shemo echad, l'shem u'tiferet v'litila. Lecha dodi likrat kala, yalalai, 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 bnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, yalalai, 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 bnei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nilcha, ki mekor habaracha, merosh mikedem nesucha, sof ma'aseh b'machshava techila. Lecha dodi likrat kala, yalalai, 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 bnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, yalalai, 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 bnei Shabbat nekabela. Hitorari, hitorari, ki va'orech kumi ori, uri, uri, shir daberi, kevod Adonai, alaich nigla. Lecha dodi likrat kala, yalalai, 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 ne Shabbat, nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, yalalai, 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 ne Shabbat, nekabela. Boi v'shalom ateret bala, gam besimcha ufzola, toch emunei am segula, boi chala, boi chala. Lecha dodi likrat kala, yalalai, 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 bli Shabbat, nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, yalalai, 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 bli Shabbat, nekabela.
And now we continue as we chant responsibly the Chatzi Kaddish.
Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabba, be'alma divrach hirutei, v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uv'yomechon, uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael. Bagala, bagala, uvizman kariv, v'imru, amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mevorach, le'olam ulam me'amaya, yiparach, yiparach, v'yishtabach, V'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh, v'yitalal, shemei dekudesha b'richu, le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, Damiran be'ama b'meru, amen.
Let's continue now with the Baruch Hu, our call to worship.
Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai 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 lai lai lai, yai lai lai lai. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai. Lai, lai, lai.
Now let's continue. Roll into dark.
Roll into dark. Roll into light. Night becomes day. Day turns to night. Roll into dark. Roll into light, night becomes day, Day turns to night. Boreyom v'layla. Golel or mipnei choshech. Golel or mipnei choshech. V'choshech mipnei or. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night.
Now let's continue. Let's see. Rachel and Ray, you want to do a little reading here? Go right ahead, as you taught Torah.
As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Yeah, thank you so much. And let's join
Thank
together
you.
with the Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha uvechol nafshecha uvechol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Very nice. Melissa, you want to read a little something? Oh, you have to unmute. There
Okay.
you go.
Love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work, whether you are tired or you are rested. Let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all my mitzvot so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai your God.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Beautifully done. Okay. When the sun rises and the night falls, when spring follows close on the heels of winter, let us remember God's promise. The rhythms of earth will uphold life forever. When we sail like Noah on uncertain seas, on a wooden boat no bigger than a toy, when we fear like Noah that the end may come, if not to all life, then to us. When we look for small signs of hope, a green leaf, or the branch of an olive tree, let us remember the bow that spans the retreating rain clouds, and the promises that God still keeps for us, that seed time and harvest time shall not cease. Then we can give thanks to God for the fruitful earth, our dwelling place, for God's blessings bright as the rainbow in the shining sky. Let's now join together with Mi Chamocha.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא תהילות עושה פלא, נורא תהילות עושה פלא. מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקע ים לפני משה ומרים, זה אלי ענו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. Ya bye bye bim bim bum, ya bye 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 bim bum, ya bye bye bim bim bum, ya bye 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 bim bum. Ay 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 ay, ya bye 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 bim bum. Ay 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 ay, ya bye 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 bim bum.
Let's continue with Hashki Venu. We have a really nice little reading here. Heather, you there, Heather? You like to do a little reading?
Sure.
There you go.
Let me bring this closer to my eye so I can see it.
Yeah, there we go. Right here. Cause us Adonai.
Okay. Cause us, Adonai, our God, to lie down in peace and to awaken each morning to renewed life and strength. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Help us to order our lives by your counsel and lead us in the paths of righteousness. Be a shield about us, protecting us from hate and war, from pestilence and sorrow. Curb also within us the inclination to do evil, and shelter us beneath the shadow of your wings. Guard our going out and our coming in unto life and peace from this time forth and forever.
Baruch atah Adonai, haporeis sukat shalom aleinu va'al kol amo Yisrael va'al Yerushalayim. Thank you so much, Heather. That was very nice. Now let's all join together in song, Dan Nichols' version of the Hashkivenu.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom Amidenu shomrenu lechaim spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, V'amidenu shomreinu lechaim. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, V'amidenu shomreinu lechaim.
And now let's continue with Vishamru.
Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam. Beini uvein bnei Yisrael, oti leolam, oti leolam. V'shamru bnei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam. Ki v'sheshet yamim asa Adonai et ha-shamayim ve'et haaretz. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam. U'bayom hashvi Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam.
And you'll see right here, as I'm going to highlight, that's our Vayinafash that I mentioned in the beginning of the service. Shabbat Vayinafash. God rested and was refreshed, or literally resouled, reinvigorated. And now we're going to continue with the Amidah HaTefilah, and let's join together in prayer.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagid ilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, let that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor Vehanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Vekonei Hakol, Vezocher Chastei Avot Veimahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem Leman Shemo Ve'ahava Melech Ozer Umoshia Umagen Baruch Atah Adonai Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, מוריד הטל, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, זומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
The holiness of Shabbat is not for this day alone. We must make it overflow into all our minutes, to hallow our weekdays from these sacred moments, hour by hour, to make the world a sanctuary where every human soul may be at home. May the awe we feel at times like this, at the miracle of one another united in prayer, be with us tomorrow. May it help us keep tenderness in our words, in our touch, and in the way we view one another. Eternal source of good, we thank you for the numberless gifts and blessings that fill our days, for life itself and its endless variety, for all that sustains body and mind, for love and friendship, for the delights of the senses, and for the excellence of your Torah, which deepens our life and enriches our days. Help us, O God, to work for a just and compassionate society where all may share your gifts in the joy of freedom. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shemcha, ulecha na'eh lehodot. Let's continue now with a prayer for peace. Shalom Rav.
Shalom Ram al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Ram al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם.
We're going to continue now with our Misha Berach prayer, our prayer for healing. I was thinking this week of something a little different. We have our chat box that we've been using, and as we recite this prayer of healing, if you'd like to mention the name of a loved one that you are thinking of, you can please enter their name in the chat box, and we'll keep those names in our hearts as we recite this prayer. So let's join together now with Misha Berach, our prayer for healing.
מי שברך אבותינו מקור הברכה לאמותינו. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mi sheberach imotenu mekor habracha avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
We are thinking of at this time and wishing a refuah shlema, a complete healing of mind, body, and spirit, to Louis Abelak, Evan Bin, Fran Brickman, Joe Brickman, Mark Edelstein, Brian Edelstein, Mark Enfinger, Danielle Heyman Feist, Linda Fine, Eric Fisk, Buddy Green, Vicky Hano, Marvin Hollander, Fran Kipling, Lori Cattleman, Hank Corin, Wendy Sugarman Krasnoff, Elsa Mikosh, Miriam Merens, Carolee Pizzuti, Janet Polfrey, Jane Rifkin, Jess Rifkin, Ted Ross, Kevin Shower, Mindy Siegel, Cal Simon, Dr. Cindy Steinman, Pete Tanner, Rhonda Weinberg, and Janet White, along with all the other names that we have mentioned in our chat and those that we are holding in our hearts. We wish them all a refuah shlema, as together we say Amen.
Amen.
Amen. We're now going to pause for a moment of silent prayer and spiritual reflection.
Yaseh Shalom Bimromav Uyaseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael Ve'imru Amen. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
So the rabbi. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Yeah, I'm telling you, muting, unmuting. You think after 3 months I'd have this down pat, but we're getting there day by day. It's really nice to see everyone. As I said, as we started, it's really such a blessing for us all to be able to gather together. This week's Torah portion, Naso, which we actually studied last week as well. It was a double portion because of Shavuot being in some traditions 2 days. So in order to stay on schedule, so to speak, with the rest of the Jewish world, we split Naso into 2 pieces, one last week and one this week. So Naso has a lot of really, really interesting pieces to it. But one of my favorite pieces is about the Nazarite. The Nazarite, it's a fascinating concept and doesn't get a lot of description, frankly, in the Torah, aside from really this part. The Nazarite is somebody who makes a vow, he makes a promise to God to live an even more sort of sanctified spiritual life. It's dedicated to divine service. And in order to do this, the Nazarite has to make sacrifices, has to do offerings, but then they also have to take upon themselves certain restrictions. And the 2 that are most commonly well known is that a Nazarite is unable to cut their hair for the entire time they were Nazarites. So I was thinking about a little long hair right now. It's been a little while between haircuts for different reasons. I haven't taken on additional Nazarite vows. Just haven't gone to the haircut just yet. But they're not allowed to get their hair cut, and they're not allowed to drink wine or really have any kind of grape product. Strike 2 for me. I don't care for that either. But so between the haircuts and not drinking wine, not a great deal for me. But with that said, it's really interesting because those are the 2 prohibitions, and there are a couple other ones as well. And in the chat box, by the way, if you can name the most famous Nazarite, maybe you'll win a prize of some such that I can think about as we go through. But there is a very famous Nazarite in the Hebrew Bible, really the only one. So if you have that one, that would be great. You can ask Rabbi Google but that's cheating. So if you know yourself who that is. So the Nazarite, again, makes this extra promise to God. And again, I find it fascinating because it doesn't really clearly delineate really what this person has to do, in order to become a Nazarite. It's just in terms of, what extra they're taking upon themselves. It just says that they're living this life dedicated, to divine service. In the Bible, we find out, we got one, Heather got it, Samson. Samson from the Samson and Delilah story in Judges. That is correct. Samson is a Nazarite, and in his story, of course, his hair and his not having, a Merlot gives him super strength for whatever reason. So he becomes the Jewish Popeye, and then of course his hair gets cut, and then all things go downhill from there for him. But thank you so much for that. So the Nazarites make this promise, and in the Torah, we're actually told that all the Jewish people are holy. We're all a kingdom of priests. We all have an obligation, right, a responsibility to serve God. And that got me thinking a little bit about the concept, which you also have in this portion of neder, of promises. In Jewish tradition, a promise is a very sacred thing. And we think about our own upbringing, our own childhoods. We think about the idea that one of the first things I think we learn about our responsibility to each other is that if we promise something to someone, it's our obligation to fulfill that promise. And Jewish tradition, you would think that's fantastic, which it does, but it also thinks that maybe we don't promise so much because sometimes it's really hard when you make a promise to somebody, you're really obligated to fulfill it. So maybe promising in itself isn't the best idea. Don't promise more than you can deliver. I think would be the Torah's message. But in this age, I think that idea of promising, of neder, can be really powerful for us, especially as liberal Jews, as progressive Jews in this context. How I'm using liberal, not politically liberal, but I'm using it as in terms of the movement itself, the progressive sort of reform movement. That for many of us, when we think about mitzvot traditionally means being commanded. We are commanded to do things. God commands, God compels us, to act in a certain way. And for many of us, maybe the idea of mitzvot in that definition doesn't ring true. That we think they're important, they're good deeds, they're sacred acts, but do we always feel commanded? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But if we look at the idea of neder, it's almost like we are internally compelling ourselves. We are self-motivated because we're making a promise. We're making a promise to ourselves, making a promise to God. And then, of course, on Yom Kippur, we have Kol Nidre, right, which is the annulment of vows, the vows that we couldn't, keep even after a good faith effort. And so we can make those promises and take them seriously, take them to heart, and then go out and try to fulfill them. And this week has got me thinking, this past week, week and a half, all that's going on in our country, about what we owe each other. How do we relate to each other? What are the things going on in our society that we have an obligation, that we have a moral responsibility to fix? And it's not enough just to think about it or to talk about it, or to have these discussions, which are all important. I'm going to, certainly proclaim that, and that they are very important conversations, but they must be met with action. And I think if we can think about how do we promise? What are we going to promise to ourselves after the events of this week that we're going to do? How are we going to get involved? How are we going to help try to change the world? How are we going to help try to be out there to change the circumstances in which we are living? How are we going to help the different communities that are suffering and struggling right now? How are we going to help make the world a better place? What are we going to obligate ourselves to in light of recent events? There's a great story that I really enjoy that I'm just going to read for you now. It's based on a mystical concept, a mystical midrash from the Kabbalah, which I think helps, for me in a way, answer that question in maybe a little more generally, but then we can also think more specifically. So I'm going to give you that story. It's about a child and the grandparent. They come over, he visits his grandchild, and they go outside and they take a walk, and it's a beautiful evening. The sky is full of stars, and they sit and they look up and they see, it's what a gorgeous, beautiful night, starlight everywhere. And the child looks up at his grandfather and says, "Where did the stars come from? How did they get here?" And then the grandfather responds, "Long, long ago, before the world was created, God sent forth 10 vessels, like a fleet of ships, each carrying its cargo of light. If those vessels had reached their destination the world would have been perfect. But the further they traveled, the more fragile they became. Finally, the vessel shattered, scattering sparks of light throughout the heavens, and that is how the stars came into being. And then the child looked up and saw the stars in a whole new way, these beautiful, glowing sparks of light, as if seeing them for the first time. But the grandfather continued, the sparks did not only fall in heaven, they fell everywhere, in so many places that God needed our help to gather them. That's why we were created, to gather the sparks, no matter where they are hidden. And then the child asked, but how can sparks be gathered? The grandfather responds, every time you do a good deed, one of the sparks is set free. When you plant a tree, a spark rises up. When you help your baby sister, a spark can be seen in her eyes. And when you are kind to animals, a spark of kindness enters the world. For every good deed you do, one of these hidden sparks rises up, and a little bit of the world is repaired. And one day, when enough of these sparks have been gathered, the broken vessels will be restored, and there will be peace in the world. Then the grandfather picks up the child gently, ever so gently, and carries the child inside. And as he carries the child, he whispers, and most of all, sparks are gathered when you love someone. And then he hugged the child so tight, the child drifted off to sleep. I love this story because I feel like right now our world is filled with darkness, and we need to be the ones gathering the sparks. We need to be the ones out there in the community, creating, building relationships, listening to those whose stories perhaps have not been heard and need to be heard now more than ever. It's the immediacy of now. We need to be thinking about others, need to engage, need to create and build those relationships, as I mentioned, and gather those sparks, make our world a brighter place. Because the world doesn't have to be dark. It doesn't have to be that way. It's up to us, I think, again, to make that promise to ourselves, to go out into the world and make it a better place. Let's make that promise. Let's make that promise today as we move forward to help repair the world by bringing light to dark places. Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. We're going
Shabbat
to
Shalom.
now continue with Aleinu, and then we'll finish up the service, and then we'll have a little virtual oneg afterwards. Let's join together now with Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה שלא שם חלקנו כהם וגורלנו ככל המונם ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. We recall loved ones whom death has recently taken from us. We are observing the Shloshim period for the memory of Dr. Howard Rubin, husband of Natalie, father of Jonathan; Sheldon Ginsberg, husband to Marley, father to Dana and Barrett; Larry Krug, husband to Dell, father to Sharon, Ken, and Robert; Jean Weissman, mother of Ron and of Abby, and of course, a beloved member of our synagogue as well. Uh, Bernard Zucker, husband of Claire, father of Rhonda, David, Jonathan, and Andrew. And those who have passed away during this last year: Hilda Sachs, Edwin Schumann, Roland Fox, Robert San, Lee Benjamin, Jim Shapiro, Mildred Cohn, Sal Spinicia, Vita Felmis, Jay North, Gwen Hirschfield, Maxine Roth. And now I'm going to read our Kaddish list, those that the season in years past. And I also encourage you, if you are thinking about someone this evening who has passed away, if you're observing a yurt site, please mention their name if you are comfortable in the chat box, in the chat window, so we can all keep you in our thoughts as we say the mourner's Kaddish. We're observing the yurt site this week for Mildred Edelman, Lawrence Applefield, Irving Baker, Paul M. Bachman, Floyd Benchy, Joan Benjamin, Raphael Berger, Sidney M. Better, Sarah Bloom, Benjamin Brecher, Fred Cohen, Robert Stephen Dennis, Albert Ellis Duke, Edward R. Feingold, Louis Frank, Thelma Friedman, Anna Freirich, Albert Frisch, Milton Geiger, Bernard Ginsberg, Sylvia Ginsberg, Hannah Dobbin Granith, Abraham Heim, Harry Hirschfield, Kenneth Jaffe, Rose Kritzer, William Krutchik, Bernard Lapidus, Sam Levine, Lillian Morris, Ida Ruth Nussman, Frank L. Pollock, Deborah Rosewater Ryan, Ernest Schnur, Marcia Seeger, Faye Silverstein, Joseph Stein, Abraham Steranis, Lillian Treiser, Francis Tudor, David Ucklist, Maurice Westerman, and George Wolfe. We take them all into our hearts at this time as we join together in Kaddish Yatom, the mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitgadash Shemei Rabbah, Be'alma divra cherutei v'amlich malchutei, Bechayechon uv'yomechon, uv'chaye dechol bet Yisrael, Bagala uv'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbah mivorach, Le'olam olmei almaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitroman v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal Shemei d'Kudesha barichu, Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, ta'amiran bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
Amen.
May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort all who are bereaved. Together we say, Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Nina, there you are. Would you like to say a few announcements?
Sure. And it's so easy tonight because I've got all my paperwork from the baskets that were delivered. It was, well, first I want to thank all the people who helped make the baskets possible. The ever famous Anonymous, Denise Kirschbaum, Polly and Barry Krause, Robin Lesser Melmud and G. Melmud, Stephanie Van Zants and Benjamin Schaefer, and of course, all the people who delivered today. I got to do that today, and it was a lot of fun. I drove around with my son, Sam, and I took a tour for about 2 hours of the Top of the World facility. That's interesting. In your bags, I'm sure you all have gone over the menu for the Jewish Food Festival. You need to get those orders in by June 23rd. You can do that online. You can either get a package or get a la carte items. And then also in your bag, deep down in the bottom of it, everyone should have gotten a bingo card. And the reason for that is we're going to try to do some virtual bingo just for fun. So the first one's going to be Wednesday, June 17th, which I believe is in 2 weeks from now. So don't lose your bingo card. I put mine on my refrigerator with a magnet, so I'll know where to find it. And we'll be sure to send you guys reminders to tune in to that. And I just have to say, Laura, thank you so much for singing tonight, 2 broken arms, and you belted it out like a trooper. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's it. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
No, Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, Nina. You were on top of the world, looking down on creation.
Have you been to Top of the World yet, Rabbi?
Any explanation I can find.
When-
Yeah, we're gonna start singing any
Oh
second.
my goodness! No, actually, I have not actually been there yet.
Well, I've lived here for 25 years, and it was really my first venture in there.
Mhm.
That is something else.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yep.
Oh, really?
So it was good.
I just wanted to thank you also for all your driving today as well. We had a lot of wonderful drivers doing their thing. It was really, again, really fantastic. Again, I love things like this. It's so community building, and I just love watching all the volunteers. I've said it before, and I'll say it again, I'm sure many, many times over, but we are just so blessed in this congregation. There's so many wonderful volunteers, people who pitch in, who help out any way they can, and things like this don't happen unless the volunteers really step up and help us create something just so memorable and so beautiful. Yeah, the staff worked their tail off as well, but the volunteers really pitched in a wonderful way and helped us create, I think, this very special moment for our congregation. Other than that, we're going to continue doing our virtual thing. We're going to be teaching next week. I'm trying to think of anything else popping into my head in terms of other sort of big announcements. I think it's going to be the week, either the 24th or 25th. I'll get you the date. We're going to, I think, have the Jews and chocolate talk. And so that'll be a lot of fun. And other things are in the cooker. I'll put it that way. I think the wheels are always turning. So really, again, really wonderful stuff. Appreciate it. And I will echo Nina's comments. Laura, thank you so much for tonight. I know it's not easy doing, frankly, much of anything when you have 2 broken arms. But I really appreciate you being here and helping lead us in music. You did a wonderful job as always.
Thank you.
Let's conclude our service as we join together with Adon Olam, and then we'll motzi and hang out a little bit. So don't go away. Let's join together with Adon Olam.
Adon Olam Asher Malach B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra Leit Nasa V'chevtza Kol Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Ve'acharei Kichlot HaKol Levado Yimloch Nora Ve'hu Haya Ve'hu Hoveh Ve'hu Yiyah V'tifara Ve'hu Yiyah V'tifara Ve'hu Echad Ve'en Sheni Shilo leachbira, v'li reshit, v'li tachlit, v'lo ha'oz, v'hamisra, v'lo ha'oz, v'hamisra, v'hu eli, v'chai goli, v'tzor chavli, v'etzara, v'hu nisi, umanosli, menat kosi, v'yom ekra, menat kosi, v'yom ekra, v'yado afgid ruchi, v'etishan v'aira, v'im ruchi geviati, Adonai li v'lo ira, Adonai li v'lo ira.
And this week I definitely have challah.
Yeah, beautiful challah.
Beautiful challah.
That was a treat.
And I actually didn't mention this yet. Sue Wall, her brother was the baker of all of these challahs, and so he actually did this all in one night, 350 challahs. He started at 8 p.m. and he finished at 6 a.m. With all the challahs. Then he went home, slept for a couple hours, and then he came back and he helped us take all of the challahs back to the synagogue so we can pack them up and get them ready for all of you. So special thanks to Sue and to her brother Robert for such a wonderful job getting us all these beautiful, delicious chalot. So let's join together with Motzi.
Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. And I'm saying unmute everybody, or you can unmute yourselves actually if you'd like.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Shalom.
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 Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Nice to see you guys.
Thanks, Laura.
You're welcome. It's
Bye.
been fun.
How about for breakfast tomorrow?
I am
French toast.
French toast.
challah. Yeah, exactly. With fresh eggs.
And maybe
Yeah.
pudding. It'll be good.
Stuffed French toast.
Stuff with what?
Stuff with what?
Laura, feel better. Debbie Siegel.
Thank you. Thank you.
Aw.
One little day at a time.
Wow.
Yep.
Answer, I meant to mention you in the Misha Bayrock so that you heal quickly.
Thank you. I have been blessed by many prayers for healing, and I appreciate it very much.
You're in our daily prayers for healing.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Wow.
How are you feeling?
I'm kind of sore today. I got a little.
Rain.
Pardon?
Probably all the rain too. Doesn't help.
It doesn't help that I got a little frisky.
Oh.
I got a new instrument, and I debuted it last night with the sing-along group, and it was a little too soon for me to be fooling around with anything. I thought, this would be really easy, but it's an electronic auto harp, and if I can, called a Q chord, and if I can do it next week, I will. We'll see.
Don't push yourself.
Yeah, it's been a little bit. I realized today that it was a little too much too soon. So I just have to. It's hard for me to, sit back and not do much, So
Not me.
I need some lessons.
She's not saying the truth either, so.
Yeah.
Penny's literally waiting on you hand in hand.
Yeah.
Penny, yeah, she's waiting on you hand in hand.
Yes, she is. And, it was, we remembered that it was around this time, just a little bit before this time last year, that Penny fell and broke bones in both feet. So we are like so done with these accidents, and
Calcium in that house.
oh, we take calcium and we take our vitamin D.
Vitamin D, okay, all right.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, we're just a bit of bad luck. So
Wow.
yeah, and I went yesterday and they cast this. So this I didn't have last week. And it's my favorite color. So
Oh, there's that.
yep. So what are you gonna say? I'm just my little Maisie has been glued to me. My nurse dog.
Oh.
And,
Like our nurse dog.
Yep.
Like Eddie, the whole
Yep.
circuit.
Oh.
Yep. She's just kind of doesn't leave my side very.
I'm glad you have her.
Why not?
Just froze. You just froze a little.
I got
5 minutes.
I got
5 minutes.
All right.
I'm going. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. I'll see you on this next vlog.
Shabbat shalom.
Everybody,
Shalom.
Safe.
Bye.
Shabbat shalom.
Bye. Good
bye.
night.
Thank you.
Good night. Good night.
Good
Good night,
night.
Rabbi.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Health to
My
everybody.
pleasure. Good health. Yes, we need some good health and healing for everybody.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll see you later.
See you later. Enjoy.
Bye.
Bye-bye.